Hi, Magdalena. Thank you so much for inviting me to your beautiful bridal boutique. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'd love to know a bit more about you and your story, and also about Atelier Lawenda.
First of all, thank you so much for coming here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Actually, I'm doing it with my sister. I'm from Poland. We opened the studio here 1.5 years ago. In Poland, we have it since 8 years already, and so we just decided to do it here after the whole Corona and the pandemic, and we just wanted to give it a go. And now we're here, almost 2 years, and yes.
And what brought you to founding Atelier Lawenda in Berlin?
Basically, I was working here as an architect for many years, and I was always helping my sister out with what she was doing back in Poland. And then we always tried to, we were thinking about it, to do it here as well, but it was never the right time. And then it just came like that, and it was basically a short process from the decision to opening the store. And so we actually fulfilled a little bit our dreams to work together, although we are in different countries, but we work very closely together. We talk every day. It's a nice experience.
The dream team sisterhood.
Exactly.
So what types of dresses and brands do you stock?
We stock mostly dresses from New Zealand and from the US. We also work with a designer from Poland. So we work with very internationally.
And what sets you apart from other bridal boutiques in Berlin?
I think we try to concentrate mostly on this bohemian bridal look. When we think about the wedding, our dream is to have a wedding on a beach, in nature, in the mountains. And this dresses fits really well to this kind of elopement.
And do you think that in Berlin it's not so easy to find ateliers that are focused on that style of dress, or is that kind of what brings brides to come here?
Yeah. For us, very important is to work with designers which provide us very high quality dresses. What is nice from the designers that we have the exclusivity for our area in Berlin, which is very nice because Berlin is very diverse. It's so many cultures here, so it's also nice to have something which is for brides that will not find it here, but only in our store, basically. So
that's kind of your unique selling point.
Exactly, yes.
Tell me a bit about what it's like for a bride that comes to your atelier. Talk me through the process.
Through the process. All right. So the process is very nice. It's very pleasant. We try to make the bride feel very special, more personal, more private feeling. So yes. So the bride feels very taken care of, right? Yes. So the bride makes an appointment, is coming here, and then the session takes around 2 hours. We can try all the dresses on. We're making a very quick interview. What's the preferences, but of course we have in mind that girls didn't have any dresses on before, so of course they can have a vision, but of course their vision changes very, very, very quickly when they try other types of dresses that they even didn't think about, and then they're changing their mind very quickly.
Have you ever had a bride that has come in and wanted to try all of the dresses, or?
Well, it's very common that the girl wants to try a lot of dresses, which I'm very happy with. I also had a girl who just came once and said, I just want to try this dress on. I'm like, we have a fitting, we can try many dresses on, but she was like, no, I want to try this on. She tried it on, she picked it, and so it really depends on a bride.
And do you have any kind of funny or tragic stories or some issues you've ever had with a bride?
Not maybe funny, but a tragic one, which is in a sense that she ordered a dress. The dress came, it fitted perfectly. She had an idea to have the wedding here in Germany, and then make a full session of her in the dress on her honeymoon.
Okay.
And then basically after the wedding, she took her dress to the dry cleaner, and the dress got unfortunately a bit destroyed. So she was left without the dress for her honeymoon. Yeah, so it was always a bit sad, but it happens. It happens. It's it's a process and it's a part of the big day.
But have you ever had a bride that's come or anything on the wedding day itself where there've been, or how you maybe overcome issues that come up for on the wedding day, of maybe makeup on the dress, or how to carry it, or anything like that?
No, actually not. Everything is, we always prepare the dress to be as comfortable as possible for the brides, and it's very easy to travel with the dress or to carry to the wedding. It's very easy for the bride. Yes.
And how long in advance do you have to, for example, if we think of it as a timeline of getting engaged, and then where along the process should the dress kind of come up, or that happen in order to have it ready for the wedding?
Well, it depends on the designer. For some designers, the delivery time from the order to the delivery, it's around 4 to 6 months. And of course, we also have to take the 2 months for the alterations. So I would recommend always like the 7-8 months before to order the dress. Of course, every designer offers rush orders, but you know, of course, it's additional fee that we all want to avoid, and additional stress. And because what is good about like getting engaged and then waiting for the big day, it's nice when you have, you know, when you order your dream dress, and then you have the whole 7 months to just think about what you will do with your hair, with your makeup, with your like shoes and jewelry. So like less stress is better. So like more time is better.
So would your advice be to brides to, after getting engaged, to kind of think of the dress as one of the first things to tick off the checklist, and then look at catering, venues, these things, but maybe get the dress done?
Definitely start from the venue itself, because of course if you're getting married on a beach, it's or in a castle, of course it will be a different dress, right? And I would also recommend not to go to many boutiques to try dresses on. Definitely I would recommend always to go to 3 boutiques to just which have totally different styles, because sometimes, you know, there is a styles that you don't know that you like, but you look amazing and you feel that it's you. So yeah.
Do you ever have it that girls are going to lots of different boutiques to try on lots of dresses, and then, I don't know if you've ever watched Say Yes to the Dress?
Yes.
And you know, you can have the issue that, you know, girls tend to maybe try on 50 to 100 dresses and then maybe feel a little overwhelmed or confused about the perfect dress.
Yeah, it is like that actually. Even though here, when they're coming here and a girl just tries on, for example, 7 dresses on, of course she doesn't remember that much how she looks in a first dress. So we always recommend to do pictures of the dress. I always do like a short video so you can remind yourself how you look like. And then what is easy, because the next time you will come, you will have like 3 dresses in mind that you really liked, and then it's like the decision is much more easier.
So your collection of dresses, which I can see, are absolutely gorgeous, but they are quite different from the Berlin city vibe. So do you feel like your brides tend to be quite alternative, or are maybe looking for something different?
I think these days is very important to have something which is different than what other boutiques have. Definitely, we're focused more, as I said before, on this bohemian vibe. I think the thing in our dresses is that they're very unique, very bold. Sometimes they don't even look like wedding dresses, and sometimes, you know, we have brides who are having photo shoots on music festivals. In the castles, you can do it like, you can really style them so differently, and I think it's very good for this city also because of such a variety of girls. Like I have girls from literally around the world, and you know, from Kenya, from Chile, from Argentina, like literally from around the world, and they love the dresses, and I'm so happy for it. Yeah.
I actually saw in your collection that you have colourful dresses.
Yes.
This is something I haven't seen before, or very rarely. So, with quite like sharp oranges and purples.
Yeah.
do these sell well, or are these, how do brides kind of make that decision and go for those dresses, or what made you also want to carry that collection?
So we work with the designer who was always making this colorful option for the brides, because of course there's so many brides who just like, for many reasons, they don't want to get married in white, which I totally understand. And maybe it's not that popular in Europe, but I think we are getting there. It's more popular like in the US or in Australia, maybe not in Europe. But as I said, like we have brides who are getting married in those kind of dresses. But I always feel like brave, let's say, to have them here, to show them to the girls, and they're always happy to try them on and change their mind. Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. Because you normally think of the bride in white, but I think maybe, especially with the Berlin sound, maybe brides are moving towards this alternative,
Exactly.
kind of something a little bit more special.
Yeah, because of course, like when you think like, okay, I'm getting married, and then the first kind of dream from our childhood is like this kind of mermaid type of dress, or the dress with like this, like huge, this princess, the ball dress. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that it scares away many girls, and I think that sometimes they don't want to be this princess type of bride.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, it's also like a nice alternative.
Based on your collection, it looks like your dresses are primed for destination weddings and beaches, and places are much sunnier than Berlin. So I was wondering if you had any stories or specific destinations from your past brides where they celebrated their wedding and wore your beautiful dresses.
Because of Berlin, I have a lot of girls from around the world, and basically the girls from other countries, they want to get married in their country. So basically I have literally, I think most of them obviously are getting married in summer, but there is no destination which is like the dream destination for brides. I think it's more related to their childhood, to where they grew up and where their family are.
And are there any specific countries where your brides that came to your atelier then took the dress home?
There were like a lot of Italian weddings that I had this year. Greece, of course. Germany around here, around Berlin, there are also like a lot of like nice places in nature where you can get married. Spain, obviously. Like the nice wedding destinations around Europe. But also like Sri Lanka, the Maldives, such a nice.
Congratulations. Perfect.
Yes, for this. And it's also so nice because most of the girls, they're always sending me pictures from their weddings, like, oh, look how I looked on my big day. And it's always such a nice thing for me as well, because I'm also like in the process of their big day. So for me, it's also very touching when I get the nice pictures from them to like they always say like, oh, thank you for choosing the best dress that I could imagine. So that's so nice and touching.
Yeah, I mean, it must make you really feel like you are not just doing a job, but maybe part of something bigger, because I guess this is the most special day, one of the most special days for a girl in her entire life.
Yeah.
So do you feel like it's actually more than just a job, and that you're maybe kind of part of something so special?
I mean, definitely, because the girls are coming very often with their moms, with their family, the best friends, and so many times when they cried, I also cried, because it's very emotional, and it's as you said, one of the biggest days in your life. So be part of that is so special to me as well. Yeah.
And so one question I wanted to ask is, when brides come here, do they have a specific idea of what the perfect dress is, or do they have maybe criteria or something that they say, this is the bridal look I want to have? How do they find their perfect bridal look?
A lot of girls are coming with inspirations, like on pictures, they showing me what they're kind of looking for. Based on that, I try to find the dress for them, but of course it changes while we're having the fittings, because obviously like the girls, they didn't have wedding dresses on, so it's difficult to say which style would fit you Yes.
Have you ever had a situation where a bride comes in with the perfect dress and then changes completely, maybe, I don't know, long train or shirt sleeves or something like that? Have you ever had any situations like that in the past?
It's pretty much always like that. Yes, because what I always say to girls, like the most important thing, it's the dress has to be 100% comfortable, and you have to like every single part of your body in this dress. You can't be like, okay, I will stand all the time like this, like squeezing my belly, because obviously it will not happen. So you need to know that you will have, on your big day, you will have thousands of pictures done. So, like the dress has to be the last thing that you have to be that you have to think of on your big day. So it has to be 100% comfortable.
So how do you deal with it when a girl comes in but she's unsure of how she looks in the dress? Are you able to help her with making that decision, or how does it work?
It's actually very easy, because you can see already, like after trying on so many dresses, you can see in her eyes if she likes herself in the dress or not. It's like magic, kind of, you're going out and then you're just looking at yourself, and you love yourself in the dress. And this is kind of for me a sign that, okay, we go in this direction.
And how do you deal with, for example, issues like the first dance, or if they are maybe feeling a little bit tight in their tummy, but they love the dress? How do you tailor the dress, or do you then suggest a different one? How do you adapt to that kind of situation?
So I always tell the girls what is actually the truth, that if you wear a dress and when there is something that you don't like, it will not disappear. It will be there, right? So even if you will squeeze your belly all the time, or even if you will do some random stuff with your body, it will not disappear, right? So this dress needs to be 100% comfortable for you, and you have to love yourself in any angle. This is like, for me, this is very important, that a girl just feels perfect in the dress.
Yeah, I think it's also really important.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they'll just be so uncomfortable throughout the whole day, and with thousands of pictures.
Yeah, exactly. It is like that, it's a day where you have so many pictures done from it's not just the professional photographer, but this is your family, your friends, it's like from every angle. And there's some girls who are not very secure about their body, so I want to make sure that they are secure on this day.
The most important day, exactly, to be feeling that way yourself.
Totally.
And so I just have one final question for you. Do you have any golden words of advice, or something that you think every bride should keep in mind before her big day?
I think definitely timing. It's always a big issue for a lot of girls. They deciding to pick the dress very, very late. Sometimes I have girls coming to me and be like, and they're telling me that they're getting married in 2 months. And then it's for me, it's unmanageable to do it, of course, because I don't sell from the hangers, from the rocks, right? I don't have stock, so basically all my designer dresses, they're made after ordering, basically.
And then,
exactly.
And then also the bride needs to then do the fitting. So that's also the alterations. Sorry,
the alterations. Yes, the alterations is like we do it around 1 month before the wedding. And the alterations also, when it's a busy time, of course, the tailor, she also has to have time for all the brides she has. It's always difficult also to find time for everything in this hot time, basically, for the brides. So timing, and this is the most important thing.
Okay, well, then that's great advice for our brides. And thank you so much, Magdalena, for your time and inviting me to this beautiful boutique. I just love it. So maybe when I'm getting married, then I'll come visit. You're always welcome to buy out a dress. So thank you so much for your time. And thank you.
Thank you so much.